A few years have gone by since a handful of Vine stars decided to bless YouTube with their content, and some of you may think I'm being sarcastic here, I'm not. For me, it was recognition of the fact that there is no real difference in value whether you last 7 seconds or 10 minutes. Finally, I have proof. Amongst the creators who crossed the proverbial border into our platform, we have the rib-tickling Lele Pons, the spine-tingling Lance Stewart, and Jake Paul. I don't even want to give him an ironic compliment. It was only a matter of time until Viners were becoming so big on YouTube that they became the entire focus of YouTube Rewind. Because imagine giving that place to actual YouTubers. God, I would have been angry if they hadn't given Rewind back to the creators last year. Will Smith really earned his spot. Yeah. It's safe to say that original YouTubers have taken somewhat of an L over recent years, but luckily for us, KSI got some well-earned revenge on Logan Paul last night, didn't he? Well done, Chief. Well, I imagine he did anyway. I'm recording this video the day before. He did win, right?
So yeah, he won.
Yeah!
Needless to say, I was a little bit excited.
I guess you could say that today's video is somewhat preemptive. For a long time, I've been ashamed to say that I use TikTok here and there. I see it like taking a leak while you're in the shower. You just get that urge every now and then. It's easy to just do it in a short amount of time and without anyone noticing, but that doesn't mean that you're going to tell anyone about it, and you do have to sometimes clean up the evidence. I'm absolutely astounded at the sheer amount of followers that some creators have on the app. James Charles has made a total of 14 TikToks and almost has 4.5 million followers. And that's before he's even done his Thanos look. I have a feeling Sister will really snap with that look. God, it feels good to be back in 2018. But I don't want to talk about established creators using TikTok. I instead want to make a prediction about the next YouTube invasion. Because like the comments about how I admitted that I sometimes urinate in the shower, it's inevitable.
Jilma and Jaden Cruz.
These are a couple of creators that I've seen on my timeline recently, and the content they make is so incredibly vapid. They will undeniably be the faces of YouTube this time next year. They have 22 million and 18.5 million followers on TikTok, and their content consists of walking on the spot. Needless to say, it's not very moving. I'm not sure how anyone could even follow them in the first place. Do they just stand 10 meters behind them and repeat their motions? That isn't the only thing they do on TikTok though. They also do a bit of makeup to make them look like they've just been in a fight or that they're part of some kind of mafia. They're even so intimidating and aggressive that they have to hold each other back. Do you really need to hold him back? He looks more fragile than a damp twig. Saying that, he probably gives a lot of people wood. But I feel as if I'm not giving their content enough credit, okay? Because sometimes they do something absolutely incredible. They walk on the spot with other TikTok stars who also dress like they're in the mafia. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. It's crazy. That other guy's name is Clap Daddy, by the way. And I'm 100% certain that the clap in his name is referring to the STD because there's no way in hell that any daddies are applauding that content. Realistically, it's just some random bloke with a scar who thinks he's Al Capone. He probably got that scar from something rudimentary like chopping onions. Unfortunately, the only ones crying here are the poor victims dealt his content in their recommended feed. But back to the Cruz brothers. They're not new to the world of influencers. They already have a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers. And I want to take a look at one of their existing videos to see what their content will end up looking like in the future of YouTube. But before that, they did a video for famous birthdays. From personal experience, famous birthdays try to do a video with absolutely anyone they have email access to. It's like a Genius interview, but for people who aren't musicians. It usually consists of content creators who are a bit insecure about their popularity or merely have nothing better to do with their day. They did a Who's More Likely video, which is just the peak of YouTube content. They do answer the questions, but for the most part, their commentary just consists of how special their connection is.
We have a special connection, so we kind of know like each other from scratch.
It's almost as if you've known each other as brothers for over 20 years. I say that, the closest connection I have to my family was the umbilical cord, and that bad boy is long gone. One of my favorite responses is to the question, who is more likely to cry from watching a movie?
I won't cry in a movie. I'm not crying, man. I'm not crying either. Nope.
You know for a fact that they both regularly cuddle in pajamas and cry whilst watching The Parent Trap for the 5th time that week. You can tell that just from the sheer pace at which they responded to that question.
I'm not crying, man. I'm not crying either.
I ain't crying at no film. I ain't no pussy, bro. There is absolutely nothing wrong with crying at films. I cry more about films than I do about my own life. I'm an emotionless shell of what I once was. Now to the question, who's more likely to be a stand-up comedian, their answers were fairly intriguing.
Oh, you're gonna be like, stand-up comedian as well? Yeah.
Now some of you may be confused because I was too. They're talking about being comedians when their content consists of walking on the spot. And there's nothing really funny about that unless you were to do it in the middle of a motorway. Not them in particular, by the way. I'm not saying that I wish they were dead. To be honest, their TikToks are enough of a car crash as it is. It turns out their older content on TikTok was more comedic. Well, that was their intention anyway. They were in the process of revamping the silly face humor made popular on Vine by Lele Pons, which is just so goddamn funny. Here's an example of one of their finest works. Now I know what you're thinking, right? That was very funny. When he did the lip sync and the funny face at the same time, my god, inject this content into my veins. For some reason, they received a bit of backlash about this video because Jaden had comedian in his bio. He doesn't anymore, by the way. And people were commenting saying that making funny faces isn't actually funny. And I agree with them, to be honest. It isn't funny, it's hysterical. But the brothers decided to make an appearance on YouTube to address the hate in We Are Not Funny Anymore. Don't be so hard on yourself, Cruise Bros. Saying that you're not funny anymore is a lie. You were never funny in the first place.
Greetings, the people from Cruisendom!
Okay, actually, this is stupid.
As you can see, they're really not helping themselves. Oh god, Jaden, people don't think we're funny anymore. How do we solve this? My god, you've done it. That's a fucking hoot. Wearing a towel on your head when you've not got wet hair? Who does that anymore in 2019? My god, that is funny. Now, receiving criticism over the internet in the form of an anonymous hate comment is never a nice thing. It's the reason why I sometimes say nice things about my subjects at the end of my videos. Some may believe that I should try to be nice throughout my videos, but if you want to watch a man ridden two brothers, then you're probably on the wrong site. For anyone out there that wants to become a YouTuber for whatever psychotic reason you may have, the one thing I'd say is expect hate, but don't respond to it. And especially don't respond to hate in the comments section. If I had $1 for every single damn time I've been called a pig on this site, I'd have enough money to retire and hopefully enough to wipe every single damn swine off the face of this earth. But their response to the hate seems fairly light-hearted at first.
Hi, we're not funny anymore.
What was the purpose of that skit? There's no punchline or anything, it's just shit. And then to add to that, they linger on the non-existent joke for a frankly uncomfortable amount of time.
That was so awkward, dude. Like, telling mom?
So awkward!
No, dude. Never again.
Never again!
It's like I'm watching preschoolers attempt stand-up. They've made a video titled We Are Not Funny Anymore in an attempt to prove that they are actually funny, but that's already their third unfunny strike of the video. Like, you're out. There's no coming back from this. They seem to go about the video in a fairly jovial way with a few bursts of laughter here and there. I guess that's their way of claiming that they don't really care, you know? It's a joke. We ain't that hurt, we swear, man. We haven't got fragile egos, bro. What? But as they start showing some of the responses to their posts, it seems as if it's really starting to get under their skin.
We're trying to be funny!
Okay, buddy.
And she's not laughing!
No, Gilmer is playing along with the meme here, and I can appreciate that, you know? It's self-aware. But look at Jaden's face. I've seen people look more lively on death row. All this random girl has done is react to your video and not laugh. I'm sure there are hundreds, if not thousands, or hundreds of thousands of people who watch my videos and don't actually laugh. Does that mean that I not only watch their reactions, but react to them myself? Of course not. Why should I care about what some random TikTok account with 17 followers thinks about me? You have less followers than shits I take in a day. All these brothers are doing is giving people that don't like them direct attention on a huge platform. And they don't even stop there.
Like, the thing is, like, we dedicated a lot, you know, when it comes to TikTok.
But they say making facial expression is not comedy.
I don't get it.
Right, I'd like for everyone to go ahead and grab their maracas, because clearly they've been rattled. Everyone has a right to say that pulling stupid faces isn't funny, because, well, it isn't. There's this video I made back in 2012 on this channel where I just have no idea how to be entertaining in front of a camera, to the point where I just did this.
This is a video.
Now, I like to think that I've changed a bit since then. Please reassure me that I have. But I only did that when I finished a sentence and realized that it wasn't entertaining enough and that I really didn't have anything else to say. These brothers are on the next level because they don't even say anything in the first place. Cut the bullshit, straight to the faces. Straight to the real comedy. The real juicy shit. It's just so easy and uninspiring. Sure, you'll get a quick laugh off of a few people who are 8 years old and probably struggle to spell the word sense of humor, let alone actually have one. But I can see why they left this element of their content behind and instead focused on their looks and putting one leg in front of the other. It is quite amusing to see them getting defensive about their content though.
But when did we say facial expression is comedy though? We never said that.
Then what purpose does it have? Oh, the faces we're doing. They're not meant to actually be funny. Duh. If you're not attempting comedy despite labeling yourself a comedian, then what are you even doing? Sorry, that was a stupid question. Clearly they're dressing up as gangsters and waltzing on treadmills. I doubt their inevitable return to YouTube will be focused on responding to hate though. One of the only videos they've posted this year is 90-Day Challenge, a video in which they set out some new goals, including posting weekly on YouTube. And I know what you're thinking. Oh god, the invasion has already begun. It hasn't. They've posted twice since then and it's been 7 months. To be fair to them though, even in this video they seem doubtful that they'll be able to achieve it.
Things gonna change, right?
We don't even... You said it a million times.
I know, right?
Every single YouTube I tell you so that. Now can you shut the Thank you for your cooperation.
Why is he talking like that? And for the record, I don't mean his accent, you know, I know what it's like speaking a language that isn't your primary one, alright? I am trilingual. It's like that saying that if you pull an ugly face whilst the wind changes, then you have that ugly face for the rest of your life. Clearly the wind's changed while Jaden had a carrot up his arse.
This is the start of something big. Yeah. Well, consistent.
Okay, even if you don't find their content funny, you've got to admit there's something inherently comedic in the fact that they didn't even last 2 weeks of uploading on YouTube. But I feel like we're in the eye of the storm. It's only a matter of time until a horde of TikTok creators realize they're so popular and so talented that they need to vlog every single minute of their special lives and show it to the world. These two are my prediction to make it big on YouTube in 2020, and if I'm right, which you know I am, I will be making a follow-up video on them sometime next year. But until then, Crows Bros, I wish you the best of luck. Maybe taking a quick stroll and receiving millions of views in the process was the break you needed to improve your comedy. I'm beyond excited to see how this saga progresses. And if you're still watching, do go and watch this video I made on another one of my favorite creators from this year. But if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Let's aim for 23 likes. Subscribe if you're new or have not done so already, and I will catch you next time.